Are you planning to move to a new country? The thought of starting fresh in a foreign land is exciting, but let's be honest, it can also be overwhelming. Don't worry, I've got you covered. Today, we're diving into 7 essential tips to help you research your destination thoroughly before your big move. This is part of my previous video that talks about the 10 absolute must-do steps if you're planning to move abroad. You may check out that video where I am giving away a free download of the ultimate moving abroad checklist. Okay, let's jump right into the 7 tips for researching your destination before moving abroad. Tip number 1. Research about the culture. Learn local traditions and customs. Every country has unique customs that reflect its history and values. These could include the following: festivals and holidays. Knowing major cultural celebrations can help you participate and connect with locals. For example, experiencing Diwali in India or Carnival in Brazil will give you deeper insights into the culture. Family and social structures. Understand how families and communities operate. In many Asian cultures, family dynamics often emphasize respect for elders, while Western cultures might value individual independence more. Understand social etiquette. Social norms differ drastically around the world, and understanding these is crucial to avoid unintentionally offending others. These could include the following: greeting customs. While a handshake is common in Western countries, bowing is more appropriate in Japan, and cheek kisses are customary in parts of Europe and Latin America. Tipping practices. In the US, tipping is expected, usually 15 to 20%. In Japan, tipping is rare and can even be seen as offensive. Public behavior. In Japan, speaking loudly on public transport is considered rude. In some Middle Eastern countries, public displays of affection are frowned upon or even illegal. Queuing and personal space. Some countries, like the UK, place a high value on orderly queues, while others may not. Research communication styles. How people communicate, including tone, gestures, and even silence, vary significantly. These could include the following: direct versus indirect communication. In some cultures, such as German or American, people tend to be direct. In contrast, many Asian cultures favor a more indirect approach to maintain harmony. Body language. A thumbs up might mean great in one country but be offensive in another. Dress codes and appearance. Clothing often reflects cultural values and can vary based on religion, climate, or tradition. Research whether certain attire is required or restricted, especially in religious or conservative countries. For example, women may need to cover their heads or wear modest clothing in some Middle Eastern nations. Modesty may also apply to men, such as prohibitions on shorts in some temples or churches. Tip number 2. Research on local laws. Understanding the local laws and etiquette of your destination is critical for a smooth transition and avoiding unintentional mistakes that could lead to fines, embarrassment, or even legal trouble. Laws dictate what is allowed and forbidden, while etiquette guides acceptable social behavior. Let's break it down. Research legal requirements. Before moving, familiarize yourself with the laws that will impact your daily life and long-term stay. Immigration and residency laws. Learn about visa requirements, renewal processes, and residency permits to ensure your stay is legal. Prohibited items and activities. Some items that are common in your home country might be banned abroad. For example, Singapore prohibits the import of chewing gum. In Saudi Arabia, certain clothing or alcohol possession is restricted. Driving regulations. Check if you need an international driving permit or if your current license can be converted. Understand local road rules, such as driving on the left side in countries like the UK or Australia. If you plan to work, understand the local labor laws. Learn about standard work hours, overtime rules, and paid leave, minimum wages, job protections, and employee benefits. Familiarize yourself with workplace norms, such as punctuality expectations or formality levels when addressing colleagues and superiors. Alcohol and drug regulations. The rules around alcohol and drug use can differ drastically. Alcohol. It's illegal to consume alcohol in public in places like the UAE, even for tourists. Dry countries, such as Saudi Arabia, ban alcohol altogether. Medicines with controlled substances. Some common medications like painkillers, antidepressants, or ADHD medications may contain ingredients that are restricted or require special approval. For example, in Japan, pseudoephedrine, found in cold medicines, is restricted. In UAE, certain sleeping pills require a prescription and prior approval. Tip number 3. Research on lifestyle and quality of life. When planning to move abroad, understanding the lifestyle and quality of life in your destination country is crucial to ensure a smooth transition and a fulfilling experience. This step goes beyond the surface-level allure of a place and digs into the practical aspects of daily living. Check on the cost of living. The cost of living can vary drastically between countries and even cities within the same country. Consider the following. Housing costs. Research average rents or property prices in your preferred neighborhoods. Utilities. Check typical costs for electricity, water, heating, and internet. Groceries and dining. Understand the cost of essentials like food, eating out, and household goods. Entertainment and leisure. Account for expenses like gym memberships, movies, and recreational activities. Pro tip: use online calculators like Numbeo or Expetiston to compare the cost of living between your current and future location. Learn about work-life balance. Investigate what daily life will look like, particularly if you're working. Work hours. Are long hours the norm, or does the country emphasize work-life balance? Leave policies. Learn about vacation, parental leave, and sick days. Cultural attitudes. Understand workplace expectations, such as punctuality and formality. Research on recreational opportunities. Identify activities and experiences that contribute to a fulfilling lifestyle, such as local attractions. Are there museums, parks, or landmarks nearby? Outdoor activities. If you love hiking or water sports, check for suitable locations. Social life. Look for clubs, communities, or events that align with your interests. Research about education. If you're moving with children or plan to study, check on the following. Schooling options. Are there international schools, public schools, or homeschooling options? Language of instruction. Will children need to learn a new language to attend school? Higher education. Research local universities if you're pursuing further studies. Tip number 4. Research on climate and environment. Climate can significantly affect your lifestyle and well-being, such as weather patterns. Understand seasonal variations and pack accordingly. Air quality. Check for pollution levels, particularly if you have respiratory issues. Natural disasters. Be aware of risks like earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes. Tip number 5. Learn about safety and security. When moving abroad, ensuring your personal safety and security should be a top priority. By taking proactive measures to understand and prepare for the risks in your destination, you can avoid unnecessary challenges and have peace of mind. Research crime rates and safety rankings. Before moving, gather information about the general safety of your destination. Crime statistics. Look into the types of crimes most common in the area, such as petty theft, scams, or violent crime. Neighborhood safety. Not all parts of a city are equally safe. Identify areas known for being secure and avoid those with higher crime rates. Global safety rankings. Use resources like the Global Peace Index or local government advisories to assess the overall safety of a country. Example: while Tokyo is considered one of the safest cities globally, other cities might have varying levels of safety depending on the neighborhood. Learn local emergency protocols. Familiarize yourself with the procedures and resources available in case of emergencies, such as emergency numbers. Know the local equivalent of 911. In Europe, for instance, 112 is the universal emergency number. Embassy locations. Locate your country's embassy or consulate for assistance in emergencies like lost passports or legal trouble. Disaster preparedness. Check if your destination is prone to natural disasters like earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes, and learn how to stay safe. Avoid common scams and risks. Being aware of common scams and risks can help you stay one step ahead, such as the following. Tourist scams. Learn about prevalent scams, like overcharging taxi drivers, fake guides, or ATM skimming. Street smarts. Stay vigilant in crowded areas like markets, where pickpocketing is common. Online safety. Beware of online scams, especially when securing housing or transferring money internationally. Pro tip: Watching expat YouTube videos or reading blogs about your destination country can give you accounts of scams to watch out for. Stay updated on political and social climate. The political environment in your destination can affect your safety. Political stability. Be aware of potential unrest, protests, or elections that could impact safety. Social climate. Understand sensitive topics such as religious practices, political views, or social movements to avoid unintentional offense or trouble. Government alerts. Register with your country's embassy or sign up for alerts to stay informed about potential risks. Tip number 6. Research for amenities and daily life. When moving to a new country, it's crucial to familiarize yourself with the amenities and aspects of daily life in your destination. This will help you settle in more comfortably and ensure a smoother transition into your new environment. Here's a breakdown of what to focus on. Essential services. Identify the key amenities that will support your day-to-day living, such as grocery stores and markets. Locate nearby supermarkets, local markets, and specialty stores. This is especially important if you have dietary restrictions or prefer certain brands. Medical facilities. Research local clinics, hospitals, and pharmacies. Note their operating hours and proximity to your home. Banks and ATMs. Check for nearby banks, understand banking hours, and identify ATMs that accept your international cards. Pro tip: use Google Maps to mark essential locations and make navigation easier once you arrive. Transportation options. Understanding how to get around will save you time and reduce stress. Public transport. Research the efficiency, costs, and routes for buses, trains, or subways. Many cities offer passes that save money for frequent travelers. Car rentals or ownership. If you'll need a car, check local requirements like driver's licenses, insurance, and vehicle availability. Ride-sharing apps. Download and familiarize yourself with local ride-hailing apps like Uber, Grab, or regional equivalents. Cycling and walking. Some cities, like Copenhagen or Amsterdam, are bike-friendly, while others may not have the infrastructure. Tip number 7. Gather insights from others. Expat blogs and forums. These offer first-hand experiences and practical advice from people who have already navigated the transition. Websites like Expat Exchange or Internations can be valuable. Social media groups. Join Facebook groups or subreddits specific to expats in your destination country for real-time advice and support. Travel guides and books. Invest in guides that cover history, language, and modern-day life. Authors often include lesser-known tips. And there you have it, 7 essential tips for researching your destination before moving abroad. I hope these tips help you feel more confident and prepared. Do you have questions or additional tips? Drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Again, you may check out my video on 10 must-do steps for moving abroad, where I'm giving away a free download of the ultimate moving abroad checklist. See you in my next video, where I will share essential tips on packing smartly before moving abroad. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future uploads from Tapas and Lemonade. Thanks for watching.